From the Grant Rink at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass., this is NEPSAC Boys Hockey on LSP. Today it's the second game of Day 2 of the Lawrence Groton Boys Hockey Holiday Tournament between the Cushing Penguins and the Thayer Tigers. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story alongside John Bishop on camera. Cushing eked out a 1-0 win over Lawrence Academy last night to get their record in this tournament to 1-0. Thayer got slugged by Dexter 6-1, who put up another 5-goal win against Lawrence Academy just now, 8-3. And with Dexter set to face Cushing tomorrow morning, it's going to be a hard sell if Cushing doesn't win for Dexter to not win this tournament. So the pressure's on Cushing to win this one and then have the chance to win the tournament outright if they can win this one and then beat Dexter tomorrow. Thayer has a chance, though, to force a three-way tie if they can win this one and then beat Lawrence Academy tomorrow, but that's another hard sell. Lawrence Academy now at 0-2 after that loss and want to avoid going winless on their home ice. Up the left side goes Mason Kesselring. He had the lone goal in yesterday's game, and this is covered up by Bo Lane. .119 gone by here in the first period. Cushing in white, Thayer in black. Face off in the left wing circle, taken away by Colin Richard of Thayer. Chopped at the near side boards and all the way back to the Cushing end. Now over to Ryan Philbrick and redirected in the zone. Lane will settle it down, play it back from whence it came, trickles outside the zone, and therefore it is Zach Rizzo. Back to Rizzo, up the right side. That'll be Nikita Bellick. Puts it in on goal, and behind the goal it goes. Gets the puck taken off his stick, but there to back him up is Joe Bennett. Goes back below the goal line for Penna. Penna gets some support from Bennett and takes a shot from the right wing circle. Pad save made by Lane. Rebound wasn't there on the left side. Calling for it on the right point is Seamus Cummings. They don't get it to him. Turnaround shot from a tight angle. Denied by Lane. Comes out to the right point. There's Cummings again. Takes a shot that goes off a couple of skates. Taken away by Bennett. Throws it in front of the net, and diving to make the block was his number 26 counterpart, Joseph Freeman. Redirected in the zone, maybe not. It looks like it's going to be icing on Cushing. This redirect attempt was fanned on. And Thayer will win the face-off and put a shot wide left of Colin Ronan, who gets the start between the pipes for Cushing. This goes in on Lane. He steers it aside. Outlet pass for Gavin Cornforth. Steered below the goal line, and Paskowski comes away with it. Out to the left wing circle. And to the opposite side, and Ferraz gets it into the zone, but gets stood up by Cornforth. Pass off the side boards, nobody home for Thayer. Ferraz throws it back up the ice. Thayer regroups in their own zone. Up the right side, looking for Tadia, and this will be icing on Thayer. 3:38 gone by in the first period. Right wing circle face-off. It'll be Norcross, the captain for Cushing, to take it for the Penguins. And it'll be cleared out of the zone by Tadia. Pass up the right side. Bobbled a little bit by Resendez. Cushing with a chance in front. The shot from the mid-slot. Save made by Lane. And now a whistle. And I think they got to put the net back on its mooring. Face-off won by Cushing. Out to the right point. Try to put it on a tee. It's deflected aside by Lane. Goes behind the goal. And Thayer will gain possession. Get it out of the zone. But the pass is right to Gargula at center ice. No penalty here, as there is a lot of contact at the blue line, but it does result in an offside on Cushing. 4:11 gone by in the first period. Face-off will come to the neutral zone, where it'll be Kesselring to win it back to his own zone, where it'll be handled by Rizzo. Rizzo works to the middle, now to the right side. Walking in, putting it in on Lane. Can't secure it. And now he does. Didn't hear a whistle, but the clock is stopped and Lane does have the puck. Lane's a junior out of Pembroke, Mass. Another chance on Lane. He steers that aside. I was about to say that pretty much all of the Thayer roster is from Massachusetts, and most of them from the South Shore at that. Jackson Stasinski's from Bedford. Shane Taddy is from Medford, but a lot of basically all South Shore talent for the Braintree-based Thayer Tigers. Meanwhile, for Cushing, you got players from Switzerland, Ukraine, and Lithuania. You got Ferris from Vegas. You got players all over the place. But they have the sons of some Hobie Baker Award winners. They come to play. Off the sideboards, glove down at the blue line by Cummings, but it trickles out of the zone again, and Backus will throw it in. Near side boards, pass to the opposite side. Thayer gets it into the zone. Here's a chance into the slot, and a shot unable to get off on Ronan, and then he covers up the loose puck. That chance started by Lally for Thayer. Nobody was able to really get a shot off, and the puck was loose in a dangerous spot, so Ronan had to cover up. Ronan's a senior from Saugus, Mass. Last night we saw Jackson Irving, a senior from Newbury, Mass, handle the goaltending duties against Lawrence Academy. Out to the left point, shot there, save made by Ronan, but he can't secure it with the glove. Thayer keeps the possession alive. This bounces off Cushing's shoulder, and now trying to force his way in is Lally. He gets stood up in the corner, goes down to a knee, bounces off a Cushing skate right in front of Ronan, but it goes to Ferraz. Now Ferraz has possession and throws it up the right side. Around the end boards, it'll be settled down by Lane. Now off the sideboards and out of the zone, but waiting for it is Philbrick. Philbrick throws it back in. Cushing gets a change, so does Thayer. On the diagonal to Freeman. Has to take it off his stick. They try to reconnect with Tadia, and it's not there. Resendez up the near side. And taken away by Norcross. Up the left side for Gargula. Now they reverse direction for Philbrick. Off the side glass, no high stick here as it comes into the Thayer zone, and it's played by Erickson of Thayer, turns it over. Now a scrum in the far right corner to try and pry this free. And Thayer comes away with it, but it's turned over by Erickson. Out to the right point, to the right wing circle. Shot is blocked. Back out to the right point, Gargula. Now over to the left point for the shot that is blocked before it gets to Lane. They are looking for an outlet to clear, and they do. On the left side, it'll be Foley throwing it right in on Ronan. Rebound came to the fresh legs of Motto. Speaking of Hobie Baker Award winners, son of Mike Motto. And all the way back to the Thayer end where this will be icing on Cushing. 10:13 to go in the first period. Face-off one to Bellick, who tries to get ahead of steam into the Thayer zone. Got it over to Dedinas. Dedinas went below the goal line. Bellick gets it back. Now waits at the right wing circle, takes a shot. Save made by Lane. And Thayer unable to get it out of the zone. Thrown off the sideboards to keep it in deep. Rizzo will get it. Come away with it, try to wrap around. Takes a shot from a tough angle. Save made by Lane again. Off the sideboards. And lifted out of the zone all the way back to the Cushing end. No icing as it rides against the boards. Rizzo gets knocked down at the blue line. And I guess they ruled a hand pass after all that. So 9:21 to go in the first period. Still no score, still no penalties. Penna to take the face-off for Cushing. Kept it at the blue line by Thayer. Rides off the glass all the way to the left point where it's chipped in deep and over to Paskowski. Paskowski up the left side for Bennett. Bennett passes it to the right side, but it's intercepted by Lally. And it looks like this one went out of play. Brett Collins protesting something, saying he didn't think he played it into the net, I guess. But that's going to give Cushing an offensive zone faceoff, which they win. Back out to Paskowski. Takes a shot that's wide left. Bennett goes down to a knee. Trying to take it away is Richard. Cushing with possession. There is Paskowski. Gets ridden into the boards. Trying to work his way into the slot is Bennett. A lot of contact, no penalty. Here's a chance for Thayer. And they try to wrap around. Good defense by the Penguins. They get it out to the right point. It trickles out of the zone. So the Tigers will have to tag up. Back to Richard. Gets it into the zone. Keeps possession, but it's taken over by the Penguins. Bennett gets checked off the puck. Back to Collins. Evading the forecheck of Carter Wallace. And here come the Tigers again. On the right side, getting stood up is Foley. Out to the left point. And it trickles away from Cornforth. Cornforth hustles to get it back, so Thayer can get back into the attacking zone. Trying to evade a couple poke checks, but still hasn't gotten it forward. We'll try to redirect it off the blue line, off the stick of Mullen, and eventually it does get in the zone, but Cushing's got possession. Out of the reach of Philbrick, and out to Agnew. Philbrick's got it. Tried to connect with Agnew, it bounced off a stick. Agnew knocked it down. And a turnover, but this will be offside on Thayer with 7:19 to go in the first period. Again, still no score and still no penalties. Fast-moving first period, much like we saw in the Dexter-LA game just before this, before a glut of scoring in the closing stages of the first period, in which LA got out to an early lead before before Dexter took a 2-1 lead into the first intermission. LA was able to tie that game at 2-2, but then it was a 6-1 scoring run by Dexter from then on out. Good persistence by Resendez. Comes around the end boards and lifted out of the zone all the way back to the Cushing end for not icing. Wow. Referee was talking to the Cushing player, said it was deflected. So play on. Chopping out at the blue line is Rizzo. Thayer's got possession. Cushing in the middle of a change. They'll swipe it up the near side boards. No icing as this one was redirected into the zone by Lally. Richard there for Thayer. Out to Bellick. Throws it in deep from the blue line. Out of the reach of Lane. To the left wing circle. Walk in, try to put it on a tee in the slot, and it's intercepted by Thayer. Anderson blows a tire, and it comes back to the Cushing end. Ronan will let it go. Coming up to it is Anderson, and it trickles out of the zone. Thayer onside as they re-enter the zone. Here's a chance on the right side for Kudrick. He has it broken up off the stick of Paskowski. Now back the other way come the Penguins, but a good little poke check. Gets the puck back into the zone for Thayer, but not much to do with it. Now on the right side, it's Dedinas working to the left side. Puts a shot wide left that Lane steers aside behind the goal. Now up to Cornforth. Now Tadia back in, going backwards into the offensive zone. Tried to connect a pass, but nobody was home for Tadia there. Now Penna up the middle, weaves through one defender, then gets hip checked off the puck, which trickles in on Lane, and it'll cover up with 4:36 to go in the first period. Face off in the right wing circle. Thayer comes away with it. Off the side boards for DeLay. DeLay walks his own blue line. Off the side boards again, redirected in the zone from inside the red line. Cummings. Getting harassed by DeLay. Chopped up the far side boards. One-timer from the right point. Save made by Ronan. Freeman escapes. Freeman tries to lay a hit, rather. It's evaded. Now over to Penna. Penna loses the handle. There for it is Sika. Maybe some space here for Thayer. Shot from the blue line is saved by Ronan. It'll hold it as Motto made the bid for the opening marker. 3:43 to go in the first period. Still scoreless, still penaltyless. Couple decent opportunities for both sides, but nothing going just yet. Richard to take this face-off against Norcross, and it'll be won by Richard. Back to himself, goes out to the right point, and Foley takes a shot that bounces off a Cushing stick and into the protective netting. Right wing circle face off again. It's Norcross and Richard. This time Norcross wins it back. Pass in the middle for Norcross. Meets a couple of Thayer defenders. Poke back into the zone, but spinning down is Lally. Rizzo up the far side trying to connect with Gargula. And it trickles outside the zone. Richard will get it at center ice. Off the side boards for Anderson. Back to Lane. Pass in the middle, trying to connect with Thayer. Broken up and thrown back into the zone from center ice by Resendez, who goes off for a change. Thayer also completing a change. As we are under 3 minutes to go. Slow down at center ice. Bellick brings it in. Waiting for it at the right point is Ferraz. Takes the shot off a body in front. Here comes Thayer now. Putting on the brakes, trying to deke around Paskowski, but he gets the puck. Up the left side for Dedinas. Loses the handle. Out of the reach of Thayer. Back to Ferraz. Has broken up at his own blue line. Thayer regains possession, but a turnover here to Dedinas. He goes down in the slot. The shot goes wide left of lane. Cushing keeps possession. The blast from the top of the slot. Save made by Lane. Back over to Ferraz. Another bid. He got it. Cushing strikes first. Didn't take him as long as it did yesterday to get their first goal. As Cam Ferraz, the senior defenseman from Vegas, makes it 1-0 Penguins at 16:11 of the first period. Remember, it was late in the second period when Cushing got the only goal they would need against LA last night. Now they're hoping this won't be the only goal they need. This is the only goal they need, but hopefully they can put some more past Lane. Up the left side for Cummings. Walks in, takes the shot. Juicy rebound in the right wing circle, and it's lifted out of the zone. Backus will get it. We approach 1 minute to go in the period. Redirected in the zone off the stick of Resendez. And over to Foley, who plays it up the near side boards for Richard. Anderson will get it, but it's turned over. Pass in front. Now the one-timer from the blue line by Philbrick is stopped before it gets to Lane. Comes back to the Cushing end, and now they pass over to the big man, John Michael Childs. The 6'6" defenseman takes the shot, and the pad save made by Lane. Excuse me, he's a forward. Usually the 6'6" guys are defensemen, in my experience, but Childs, the post-grad player from Hamden, Connecticut. And that goes outside the zone with 15 seconds to go. Philbrick picks it up in front of Ronan, turns it over at the blue line. Chance here for Thayer in the waning seconds. Here's the shot, wide left, rebound, they score! We saw that in the Dexter LA game, a rebound off the rear boards after a wide left shot. And it'll be Joseph Freeman evening the score with 3.4 to go. So, Cushing will need another goal. And we'll see if we have some more offense for you, maybe a little earlier in the period, in the second period, when we come back from the Grant Rink at Lawrence Academy. 1-1 between the Cushing Penguins and the Thayer Tigers. This is NEPSAC Boys Hockey on LSP. Welcome back to the second period of NEPSAC boys hockey here on LSP. Sam Feely here with you from the Grant Rink at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Alongside John Bishop on camera. 1-1 our score. 2 late first period goals. 1 each by the Cushing Penguins and the Thayer Tigers. Have us deadlocked as we begin the second period. Rizzo. Up the right side. Couple of Thayer players in the way. Here comes Richard to put it in close. And here comes to the opposite side. Kesselring turns it over. Back to Stasinski. Now up the left side. No icing. Ronan there to get it. In a dangerous spot, though, as it comes out to the left point. Thayer has to tag up. Ronan chops at it. And will be settled down by Philbrick. Up the right side. And back to Anderson, over to Freeman. And carrying out of the zone is Richard. He goes down. Diagonal and entering the zone on the right side. This is Childs. Tries to get through 2 defenders. Gets it over to Bennett, who's smashed against the boards. Let's see if Childs can use his size advantage to pry this one free. He's waiting for it on the doorstep is Penna, but they won't get it to him. Penna will try to pursue, and he'll be poked out of the zone. And now here's Penna on the left side, and redirected in the zone by Childs. Reversing direction is Lane. All the way back to Lane again. Freeman up the near side. Now to the right side in Motto. Taken over by Backus. Pass off the sideboards. Back to Foley. Now up the left side to the right side, and Tadia catches up to it in the near right corner. Goes out to the right point, and Foley. Walking the blue line is Tadia, and has to go back to Stasinski at his own zone. It's redirected into the Cushing zone. Ronan will settle it down. Gets spun around a little bit. There is Cornforth. And out of the zone come Cushing. Kudrick. To the near side and Foley. Poked out of the zone. Reardon. Over to Foley. Pass in the middle, intercepted just outside the blue line. Cushing trying to enter, but taking it away is Cornforth. But Cushing gets it right back. 2-on-2. On a tee for Gargula, but he couldn't handle the rolling puck. Now comes back to the near left corner. Out to the left point for the shot, nearly redirected in by Norcross. Norcross gets it back, one-timer in front, swing and a miss by Gargula. Taken away by Cornforth. He'll settle it down. Evades one hit. Now throws it in on the diagonal. Knocked down just inside the blue line. And over to Gargula. Gargula goes down, but Cushing keeps possession, and this deflects off of Lane and in for the goal by Landon Resendez. The sophomore out of Marlborough, Mass, reclaims the lead for Cushing. It is 2-1. Bellick at center ice. Backhands it to Philbrick. Philbrick looking for some space, goes over to the right side, kicks off a Cushing skate and into the zone. Sika upends his man, now tries to chop at it with him on his backside. I think the puck's stuck under him. Now it's pried free by Cushing. Referee's arm is up. And it looks like we have a tripping call on Thayer. And that'll be Vincent Sika, sophomore out of Canton, Mass. Going to the box for, no, it's not Sika, excuse me. It's Tommy Anderson going to the box for tripping. That penalty comes at 5:33 of the second period. Power play now for Cushing. They win the faceoff back to the right point. Blast from the blue line, pad save made by Lane. Comes out to the left point. And this comes right in on Lane, and he covers up. Pass one, face-off one rather, by Cushing. Playing catch at the blue line. Here's a chance left wing circle. Resendez for a second straight goal. He can't get a shot off. And this trickles all the way back to Ronan. Ronan over to Ferraz, who will come to the near side. And comes back to the Cushing end. Having a hard time. Oh, this is a save having to be made by Ronan. Kind of a sloppy sequence here in the power play after a promising start. Out to the right point, Cushing setting up their offense. Here is Paskowski. Over to the right wing circle. Bounces off a skate all the way back to Ferraz. Now Paskowski into the slot, trying to connect with Norcross. It's not there, and it bounces out to neutral ice. Still 51 seconds left on the power play, however. Time here for Cushing. Here is Gardula. Goes down low for Resendez. Tight angle shot and swept 200 feet. Can Cushing catch Thayer in the middle of this change? Swept into the zone and taking a hit. Kesselring all the way back to the Cushing end again. 20 seconds left on the power play. Philbrick. Up the near side. Bounced off the boards. 9 seconds left on the power play. Puck comes in front of the net. Going down to try and backhand the shot was Bellick, and in the process he draws another penalty on Thayer. It's another tripping penalty, in fact. And that will send Teddy Lally to the box. So one power play ends, another begins. Penalty comes at 7:35 of the second period, kept at the blue line, but they're going to say the puck went into the Cushing bench. So 2 consecutive tripping calls on Thayer. Poked into the zone and able to keep it in at the blue line are the Penguins. It's lifted off the stick of Rizzo and thrown 200 feet. That was some dangerous stick handling there by Ronan right in front of his goal. Off the side boards. And a good job lifting the stick by Richard, and he throws it back to the Cushing end. Not a great start to this power play compared to the last one for Cushing. And this play is offside. So that first power play started out great, and then Cushing found themselves pinned back in their own zone for a while. Then Bellick draws the penalty, and this time Cushing unable to get their offense set with 45 seconds gone by. Resendez was having a hard time getting it into the zone. Now he has to scramble to pry it free along the side boards, and Cushing will clear it again. Not a great look on the special teams. If you're Cushing, here's a chance from the right wing circle. Shot is blocked, and Lane will cover up 42 seconds, and at least Cushing will get an offensive zone face-off out of this. Try to set up their offense again if they can win another draw. Kesselring against Richard. Kesselring wins it back to the right point. Walking the blue line. Now over to Philbrick. Back to Philbrick at the top of the slot. Goes to the left wing circle. Back out to Philbrick. Now over to the right point. Back to the right wing. One-timer, they score! Tic-tac-toe. Bellick, who drew the penalty that started this power play, finishes the power play with the goal. That makes it 3-1 Cushing. And that was Kesselring who won the face-off in the zone with the primary assist. Cushing bidding for more. Turnaround shot in the right wing circle. Blocked off the stick of Bennett. 8.5 to go in the second period. Referee's arm is up for an offside, but it doesn't come. Off the side glass, thrown back in by Cushing. Here's Lane, settles it down for Foley, who works his way up the middle into 4 Cushing defenders and will chase it down below the goal line. Goes down from behind, no call. Looking to the referee for an arm up. Didn't get it. Cushing clears off the side boards, entering the zone on the left side. The pass in front, and the save made by Lane as Bennett tried to connect with Wallace. Now Thayer coming back. Richard puts on the brakes, takes the shot. Wide left, but Anderson's there. Throws it around the end boards. Back to Freeman. Out to the far side, and Zender. Bodies go down in the center ice area. Comes back to Backus. Up the near side, intercepted at the blue line, however, by Richard. Tries to work his way in, and getting a shot off is Anderson, but it's denied by Ronan. Out to the left point for Sika. Takes the shot. Save made by Lane. Tantalizing rebound on the right side, but trickled to the boards. Ronan, saved by Ronan rather, not Lane. And now this comes all the way back to the Thayer end. No icing. Pass into the middle for Freeman, puts on the brakes. They give it up to the left side for a shot that is saved by Ronan. 6:25 to go in the period. Off the sideboard, trying to connect with Gardula into the Thayer zone. Norcross out in front for Gardula, goes off the sideboards and carried away by Shea. Bad pass there by Paskowski. Gives Thayer a chance to set up their offense. This pass a little too strong for Foley. Goes below the goal line. Cushing comes away with it. Turnover right in the right wing circle. Save made by Ronan, but The rebound is there for Thayer, and it is 3-2. It'll be Mason Shea, the freshman from Braintree, cleaning up the rebound. And it is 3-2 with 5:44 to go in the second period. Icing on Thayer. Mason Shea, a young man who, I don't think I called his name at all yesterday. Kesselring wins this face-off for Cushing, goes below the goal line. There is Kudrick around the end boards. And lifted out of the zone on the diagonal, goes off the skates of Bellick. Bellick gets possession. Enters the zone on the right side. Has two defenders sandwiching him. They shove him into the boards. Up the far side. Dedinas. Out of the zone. Slammed back in by Bellick. Now Thayer. Up the left side for delay. Correction, that would be Cornforth. And now Cushing with possession, trying the diagonal pass to connect with Dedinas, who was a little off target. Now goes to the far side for Cornforth. And ahead for Richard. Nice dangle move. Try to make another move on Ronan, and he scores! What a move, what a goal! Mason Shea again. Actually, it might not be Shea, it might be Thayer. Thayer with 2 goals in quick succession, and we have a tie game. That goal coming at 13:38. Of the second period. Intercepted at center ice. Unable to weave his way through the defense is Cummings. Bounces off the back of the cage. Foley up the near side, out of the reach of Backus. Cummings drops it off. Off the sideboards for Freeman. Freeman chops at it. Backed up into his own zone. Now here's another chance for Richard, but it's steered aside by Ronan. Swiped into the zone by Wallace. Cushing getting a change. 3:17 to go in the period. Up the right side, blowing a tire, is Shea. Cushing unable to clear, chasing it down now is Motto. Motto turns it over, out to the right point, and all the way back to the Thayer end. Freeman turned over, and nope, there is a penalty, as it was, believe that was Dedinas who went down, or is that Resendez? It was Resendez who was forced down, and it's Ryan Motto going to the box. So Cushing with an opportunity to reclaim the lead here. That penalty comes at 15:12 of the second period. Face-off won by Cushing. Out to the right point, now over the left point, and Paskowski. Now to the right wing. Walking into the circle. Trying to tip it in on the right doorstep. Not there. Back below the goal line, out to the right point. Back to Paskowski. Now over to Resendez. Back to Paskowski. I don't know if he's trying to connect with his man in the slot, but it wasn't there. Out to the right point. At the goal line, walking out. Into the right wing circle. One-timer is deflected into the protective netting on the shot by Resendez. 1:24 to go in the period. 1:24 to go on the power play, rather. 2:12 to go in the period. Both teams getting some fresh legs out there. And it will be Kesselring to take the face-off for Cushing against Kudrick. And Cushing unable to keep it in the zone after the face-off win. Thrown in on the diagonal, taking a hit was Philbrick. Now battle along the blue line. And able to keep it in the zone is Dedinas. Tries to give it up in the slot. Here's another chance. Save made by Lane. Cushing trying to get the puck back, but Thayer able to snap it 200 feet. 53 seconds to go on the penalty. And this will be no icing. But going down into the end boards is Dedinas after winning the race. And it comes back to Ronan. More Cushing players going down. Now to the right side, walking in, trying to dangle past his defender and putting a shot on goal is Kesselring. Now comes back to Kesselring, takes the shot, save made by Lane. Back out to Philbrick. Redirected in the zone. Here's another chance for Kesselring, and he loses the handle, takes a swipe at Foley, who carries it out of the zone. Foley on the right side, gets away from his defender, takes the shot behind the goal. Under a minute to go in the period, penalty time is up. Swept back into the Cushing end on the backhand by Tadia. Back to the Thayer zone. Freeman over to Collins. Intercepted at the blue line. Cushing's got to tag up, they do. Childs backhands it off a Thayer skate, and that gives possession to Cornforth. Puts on the brakes at the blue line. Out to neutral ice. And back to the Thayer zone for Freeman. 9 seconds left. Tries to return it up ice for one last rush, but it's intercepted by Cushing. One last chance for Cushing. The blast ripped out of the air by Lane. And we have quite the game on our hands, folks. Thayer erases a 2-goal deficit here in the second period to get it to the second intermission, 3-3 between the Thayer Tigers and the Cushing Penguins. Back to the third period in just a little bit. This is NEPSAC Boys Hockey on LSP. Welcome back to the third period of NEPSAC boys hockey here on LSP. Sam Feely here with you from the Grant Rink at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. 3-3 our score after two periods between the Cushing Penguins and the Thayer Tigers. A much better showing by Thayer after getting blown out 6-1 by Dexter Southfield yesterday. Cushing only able to beat LA 1-0 yesterday, so anybody's game as we start the third period. Here's a shot, save made by Ronan, and back the other way come the Penguins. Up the middle, it's Norcross, goes into the near right corner. Now a pass out in front, deflected, back to the near right corner, out to the right point, kept in at the blue line by Rizzo. Rizzo can't glove this one down. It trickles out to the Cushing blue line, where it'll be Philbrick. Up the right side, some space maybe for Bellick. Gets it back, but has two defenders to worry about. And they are able to get it out of the zone. Off the sideboards, Philbrick turns it back up ice. And it would have been offside on Thayer, but Cushing gets possession. Bellick dodges the hit as he gets it into the zone. Lane out of position for a moment, but no harm done. Out of the zone, out of the reach of Philbrick, and maybe a 2-on-2 here for Thayer. The shot, the kick save made by Ronan. Return shot from the left point. Ronan shuts the door on the left post, and back the other way come Cushing. Out to the left point, and Tatro goes on the diagonal to the near right corner. Swiping at it is Penna, and it comes all the way back out to Cummings. Redirected into the zone, there is Freeman. Cushing getting a change to the near side. Up the near side boards for Tadia. Redirected into the zone, Ronan's got it. Reverses direction. And back to Backus. Up the left side. On the diagonal for Childs. Childs, nice dangle, takes the shot, and it's deflected away from Lane. Thayer brings it out of the zone now, 2-on-2. On the right side, works his way into the circle, backhand, not there. Well, that could have been a pretty opportunity for C.J. Foley. Trying to dangle with one hand as he came in front of the goal, but could not handle the puck, and eventually the net came off its mooring. So left wing circle face-off, and this will be won by Thayer. Kept in at the blue line by Foley, and now a whistle. And the face-off will come back to the right wing circle, as Cushing will get some fresh legs out there. 2:45 gone by here in the third period. 3-3 our score. It was 1-1 after one. Cushing actually got out to a 3-1 lead, but two goals in short order by Thayer tied it. They tried to get it on a tee for Cornforth in the low slot, but back the other way comes Resendez. Tries to get it in front. Kick save made by Lane. Out to the slot. Poked off the stick, but Thayer gets it back. On the left side, it's Cornforth. Works his way in. Backhands it into the slot and intercepted. Redirected out of the zone by Paskowski. Cushing and Thayer both getting changes. On the diagonal, no icing. Ronan sweeps it away from Lally. Kept in at the blue line. Paskowski up the left side. Intercepting it is Lally, but it trickles out of the zone. Back to Freeman. Off the sideboards, back to the middle of the ice. It's Richard. Poor puck handling in their own zone by Thayer. Gives Cushing a chance to set up their offense. And they'll try to go out to the left point, and they can't do it the first time. Now there's a shot from the left wing circle that is saved by Lane again. 13:41 to go in the third period. Still 3-3 our score. Cushing with a win would give them a chance to play for the title outright against Dexter tomorrow morning. Out to the blue line. Chopped back in deep by Philbrick. Down the near right corner, around the end boards, Philbrick's got it again. Walks into the left wing circle, takes a shot. Directed aside by Lane, but Cushing keeps possession. At the blue line, pass into the low post. And now what? I think the net came off its mooring. Yep, that's exactly what happened. 13:16 to go in the period. Kesselring to take this face-off for Cushing. Against Kudrick. And it's won by Cushing out to the right point for a shot. Wide open left side, they can't convert. 3-on-3 here for Thayer, but they get stood up, and Cummings will get possession. Now gets ridden into the glass. Gets back up. Tadinas rides his man as he goes down. Now a pass out to the right point, and it trickles back to the Cushing zone. And this will be icing on Thayer, as Backus just barely beats Cornforth on the race. 12:39 to go. Penna to take the face-off for Cushing, but it's won by Thayer. Played around the end boards and unable to keep it in at the blue line is Ferraz. He throws it back up ice. Thayer gains possession. Ferraz again with his feet, stopping it inside the red line. And chopped into the zone all the way in on Ronan, who steers it behind the goal and up the left side. Now ahead for Penna. Penna takes the shot from the left wing circle, saved by Lane. Backhand into the circle again, another save by Lane. And they are able to secure the rebound this time. Up the right side. And some tired legs out there for Thayer as Paskowski gains possession. Up the right side, puts on the brakes in the blue line. And it's redirected in the zone by Childs, but Thayer regains possession. Up the left side. Anderson, shot from the slot, blocked, as Lally couldn't get that on goal. Cushing getting changes behind the play. Lane settles it down. Around the end boards, there's Philbrick. Plays it back in deep on the diagonal. Now a turnover in the right wing circle, pass through the slot as Norcross was making the bid. Anderson whiffs on the hit, and that gives Norcross some space. Drops it off on the right side, try to get it back to Norcross, and going down on the play was Resendez. Taken away by Thayer. On the left side, it's Tadia. Tries to work his way in, steered aside by Ronan, and Cushing will get it out of the zone. On the right side, it's Resendez. Tries to work his way around his defender with a self-pass. It goes below the goal line, reversing direction. Backus picks it up. Now scrum in the near right corner. Pride free. Thayer has possession. Two players go down. No penalty coming up. Battle for at the blue line with Cummings, and it comes all the way back to the Cushing end. Both teams getting changes. Backus here. Up the right side, taken over at the blue line by Thayer. Delay redirects it into the zone. Ronan settles it down. We approach 10 minutes to go. Cummings up the near side for Bellick. Throws it in from center ice. Freeman cuts it off. Out to the right point, a shot. Another opportunity, and Lane dove to make that stop to his right, but I don't think a shot was recorded on target there. But it was a great setup for Cushing. They're trying to get another setup here, but it's lifted away and out to center ice. Paskowski up the right side. Into the middle for Kesselring, and he can't get a shot off. Back out to the right point, Ferraz. And trickles out of the zone back to the Cushing end. Paskowski gets slowed down, but he gets it ahead. Bellick gets ridden into the boards. And we have a whistle. .9:08 to go in the third period. 1-1 after 1, 3-3 after 2. We're still at 3-3 right now. Penna to take this face off. So Penna to take this face off for Cushing. And it's won by Thayer, but kept in at the blue line by Philbrick. Now this goes into the protective netting. Exactly halfway through the third period. No scoring thus far in the third period. It'll be Norcross to take this face off. And he wins it, tries to work into the goal himself. And it's tipped aside by Lane over his head. Out to the right point, kept in by Rizzo. Traffic on the right side of the net and behind the net. And then it's lifted out of the zone to the Cushing end. And there will be icing. Kind of a faint whistle there. But Cushing gets the face-off back in the offensive zone. Right wing circled face off, and it's snare, and the puck actually stayed in the rink, but Lane did have to make a save there. Tomorrow's action starts at 9:30 a.m. here on LSP as another shot deflects out of play. At 9:30, Dexter versus Cushing. Dexter will try to wrap up the Cullen Division Championship there. And 11:30, it'll be Thayer versus LA. Out to the left point. Around the end boards after the shot was missed by Philbrick. Philbrick will go chase this down in his own zone. And wins an icing again on Thayer. So left wing circle face off this time. Chance in front, save made by Lane. Kept alive by Bellick. Now he turns it over. With the forecheck over to the near side. Fanning on it at center ice was Cummings, but taking over in his own zone is Backus. Up the near side, intercepted at the blue line, carried in deep, but turned over again to Cushing. Off the stanchion. Now a chance in the right wing circle. And Lane avoids danger there. 2-on-2 the other way. The dangle, the shot, the save made by Ronan. 7:38 to go. Still waiting for the tiebreaker. Cummings against Motto on the face-off. Kept it at the blue line for a shot that's saved by Ronan. Stopped along the sideboards by Delay. He will try to get it to a teammate, but it's taken over by Cushing. Stopped at the blue line. And Cushing has possession. Escaping the hit is Backus. And Thayer gains possession behind the goal line. Up the near side boards. Kind of a dangerous hit attempt there by Childs. Thayer gets possession again in their own zone. Thrown off the side boards. Stopping at center ice is Ferraz. And turned back into the Thayer end. Lally stands up after the hit. Over to Richard. Richard on the left side. On the left wing circle, tries to work it in. And again, Ronan shuts the door. Turned over to Anderson. Chopped at. We got a whistle. And here's our first power play of the third period. It's another tripping call on Thayer. That's their third tripping call of the game. It comes at 11:43 of the third period. And Cushing got a power play goal on a tripping call. In fact, it was Bellick who drew the tripping call that generated the power play that he scored on. Out to the right point after the face-off win by Cushing. It's Richard in the box for Thayer. To the left wing. Calling for it at the left point is Paskowski. That misses the net. And Thayer able to get it out of the zone. Slowed down center ice. Now trickles back to the Cushing end. Ferraz. Up the right side. No icing. Backhand to the left wing. Out to the left point, and Paskowski. Back out to Paskowski. Now over to Ferraz, playing catch with Paskowski. Back to Ferraz. Fakes the shot, goes the right wing, into the slot. The one-timer not there, it's wide left. Back to Paskowski. Now to the left wing. Shot is blocked. Good defense by Collins. A chance of the slot. Save made by Lane. Rebound, another save by Lane. And clear 200 feet. 51 seconds left on the penalty. Paskowski comes back. Now Ferraz will take possession. Off the side boards for Bellick. Runs over his man and turns it over behind the goal. Kept it at the blue line. That's Philbrick. And he loses the handle over the blue line. Thayer wanted a penalty there. They didn't get it. Dedinas. At the blue line, it's Rizzo. Back to Rizzo. Winds up. Pass to the right side. Goes below the goal line. Out to the left wing and out to the left point. Time running out on the penalty. Back over to Philbrick. To the left wing circle. It's broken up. And now, they almost had Richard cherry picking out of the box, but it was slowed down just enough that Cushing could get their defense back. We approach 4 minutes to go. Taken away by Bellick. Up the right side. Waits. That's the pass in the right wing circle. Maybe looking for a tip in there with Wallace, but it wasn't there. And that goes out of play with 3:42 to go in the third period. Are we destined for overtime?
Sammy whammy. Sammy whammy.
Not now, John. Penna to take the face off. Trickles outside the blue line. Backus throws it back in. Childs will go get it. Bangs his man against the boards. Outside the blue line, it's Cummings. Throws it back in. Lane settles it down. Off the side glass, out of the reach of Cummings. And this will be icing on Thayer. 3:06 to go. Norcross will take the face off, but it's won by Thayer. Carried along by Collins. Around the end boards, out to the left point, and Paskowski to the opposite side. Now carried below the goal line. Reversing directions, Norcross tries to put it out in front. Thrown back in deep. Chasing it down is Ferraz. Around the end boards again for Shea. And this could be another icing on Thayer. They're scrambling to get a change on. And no icing after all. Trickles back into the Cushing zone. Thayer trying to set up their offense with fresh legs on after the icing was waved off. Richard out to the right point, chopped at, lifted out of the zone to center ice. And it could have been a breakaway opportunity for Resendez if he had been in the right position. Now here's a 2-on-1 for Thayer. The shot pad save made by Ronan. Rebound wide left. 1:48 to go. This one trickles in dangerously to Ronan, but goes wide left. Another opportunity, and Ronan covers up. 1:42 to go. Right wing circle face off. It'll be Kudrick to take it for Thayer. It's battled for and Thayer wins it. Able to keep it into the blue line was Stasinski. Here's a shot from the right point. It's blocked. Pass over to the right wing circle, cut off. Philbrick gets it out of the zone. And we got another penalty coming up against Thayer. Interference is the call. And a power play with 1:21 left in regulation. Vincent Sika goes to the box. And we got a timeout called by Cushing. So, 1:21 left in regulation. Cushing on the power play. They win it back to Ferraz. Now over to Paskowski and back to Ferraz. Now the right wing circle. Ferraz one-timer from the top of the slot. The rebound dies in the right wing circle. And Norcross grabbed his helmet as if he got hit in the head. And now the Thayer players are bullying him a little bit. And nothing comes of it. We'll have a face-off. Norcross wins it, tries to put it in directly on Lane. And Lane covers up as we have some pushing and shoving after the whistle. After the net comes off its mooring. And Norcross gets out of dodge quickly so as to not commit a silly penalty. Well, that's what you got to do when you're a captain. .105 to go in the period, 1:44 left on the penalty. So, if Cushing does not score here, they'll start the overtime session with 39 seconds of power play time. Right wing circle face-off. Norcross a little antsy to get that face-off, but he wins it and plays it out to Ferraz. Back over to Paskowski. Ferraz over to the right wing circle. Back to Ferraz. Back to Paskowski. Over to the left wing circle this time. Norcross tries to stuff it in on the post, and it's clear 200 feet. But now we have another whistle. And they stopped play before Thayer could clear for the net being dislodged. Lane was not happy with that call. Like, oh, we could have put it on the mooring while it was all the way 200 feet away. They'll bring the face off to all right, not center ice, but just outside the Thayer zone. So kind of a break there for Cushing, for Thayer rather, as this is thrown in from outside the blue line by Paskowski. And the play is offside as Paskowski just handled it over the blue line. 33.4 seconds to go in the period, 1:12 left on the penalty. Face off once again in the neutral zone. Fresh legs out there for Cushing. And Cushing wins this face off. It's ahead to Bellick along the side boards. Going to get it is Freeman. Tries to sweep it out of the zone. Defenseman goes down to a knee to keep it in. And then Thayer clears. Ronan stops it along the goal line with 13 seconds left in the period. Up the right side for Bellick. Thrown in from center ice. 3 seconds, 2, 1, overtime. No Sammy Whammy this time, John.
I think you Sammy Whammy. You said we were going over.
No, it would be a Sammy Whammy if somebody scored.
Well, it was a good try.
5 minutes of overtime. If nobody scores in overtime, it will go in the NEPSAC standings as a tie, and then we'll go to a shootout to determine the winner for the purposes of the tournament. So 39 seconds of power play time for Cushing to begin the period. To begin the overtime period. Sika in the box for tripping. Cushing wins the faceoff. Pass over to the right side. Now maybe some space for Cushing. Dropped off for Norcross and cleared all the way back to Ronan. 19 seconds left on the penalty for Thayer. Ahead to Resendez. Back to Resendez. Pass wide left. Bounces off the back of the cage. Norcross and Gargula battling for it. Penalty time is up. Intercepted at center ice by Cushing. Thrown in deep by Ferraz. Cushing in the middle of a change. Can Thayer burn him? They go up the right side for Cornforth, and now he's forced back to his own end. There is Dedinas throwing it in. Around the end boards, stopped at the blue line. Chopped in deep by Rizzo and turned back out. Intercepted again by Cushing, but intercepted once again by Thayer and Kudrick. Rizzo up the near side. And this will be offside on Thayer. 3:33 to go in the overtime session. It's Motto to take the face-off for Thayer. It's won by Cushing. It comes all the way back to the Thayer end, where Collins will settle it down up the left side. Intercepting it is Backus. Now up the near side for Dedinas. Thrown in on the diagonal. Bellick turns it over. Bounces off of Dedinas. He gets forced off the puck. Turnover! They score! Nikita Bellick picked the pocket of Ryan Motto as he tried to bring the puck up ice, and right there on the doorstep, Bellick wins it for Cushing at 1:55 of the overtime session. Wow! Bellick was relentless in his pursuit of the puck after he got forced off of it below the goal line, came back and stunned Thayer. And Cushing gets the win, their second straight one-goal win of this tournament, and it will be either Cushing or Dexter Southfield to be champions of the Cullen Division, and that game will be here on LSP tomorrow morning at 9:25 a.m., to be followed by Thayer and Lawrence Academy at 11:25 a.m. So with that said, it's been a presentation of local sports production serving Greater Boston student athletes since 2011. Copyright 2021, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of local sports productions is strictly prohibited. We wrap up our coverage of the Lawrence Groton Holiday Hockey Tournament tomorrow morning at 9:25 a.m. Championship game between Cushing and Dexter, 9:25, followed by Lawrence Academy and Thayer at 11:25. Watch the games on the LSP YouTube channel. Subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. And also support LSP on the web at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37. Once again, the final score from the Grant Rink at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. It is the Cushing Penguins 4 and the Thayer Tigers 3 in overtime. For John Bishop on camera, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.